What is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. Today we're going to take a look at a fragrance called Douro from the house of Penhaligons. Now, this is going to be the fourth review from this house that I've done. I've done Sartorial, which for me is a top 10 niche fragrance, and I reviewed Elixir and Beolea, two scents which I enjoy very much. And so with Douro, these are the four that I own from the brand. You know, there's a couple that I'm interested in, the Endymion Eau de Parfum, perhaps Blenheim Bouquet. I feel like they do clean masculine scents really, really well. I'm not the biggest fan in the world of their Portraits collection. I really thought that the bottles looked great, but I found the fragrances to be a little bit overpriced for what they were. Now, I grabbed this one because Adrienne over at Decant Shop, you know, she knew how much I love Sartorial, and there was this pharmacy online, and all their Penhaligon stuff was 50% off. So this was there, and she was like, if you really like Sartorial, this is another great barbershop scent. I think you could grab it. You know, this was at the time when I was buying, like 10 bottles a month. So for $40, I picked it up. And if you're interested in some backstory on this house, please do check out the review that I did on Sartorial, which is the first fragrance that I reviewed from Penhaligons. Now, Douro is a 2004 release. The perfumer here is a gentleman named Michael Pickthall. He's done 4 fragrances for Penhaligons. Not much else info on this guy. And the notes on Douro are lime, lavender, mandarin orange, basil, geranium, and lemon at the top, neroli, lily of the valley in the middle, labdanum, musk, oak moss, and sandalwood in the base. Now, as I said, I got my bottle from this online pharmacy. I don't remember the name of it. It was $40 for 50 ml. It's eau de toilette, and if you're looking for this one, you could find it online for like between $48 and $58 for 100 ml. So good deals to be had on this one if you're interested. The bottle is pretty typical Penhaligons, Douro, Eau de Portugal, a little bit of information about it. You know, it says Penhaligons on the back. You got this ribbon at the top and a really good sprayer. So, that really classic sort of Penhaligons look, which I for one, I to be honest with you guys and tell you I appreciate. I enjoy the way their bottles look, and I'm glad they haven't changed. Which Artisan, which the same company owns Penhaligons and La Artisan right now, which La Artisan have never changed their bottles. I really enjoyed those as well. Anyway, this is a really solid barbershop type of fragrance. If you like that sort of heavy oak moss with like a bit of citrus, lavender, and geranium, you're gonna really enjoy this fragrance. And the oak moss here is really well done. You know, I don't want to say it smells like real oak moss, but it's a lot closer than other scents with heavy oak moss notes. At the top of this, you get this really nice citrus accord that definitely feels lemon dominant, but I think you could pick up like a little bit of lime and orange as well. And that's supported by this powdery, really powdery, pleasantly powdery backbone of oak moss, lavender, and geranium. I don't get a ton of neroli or lily of the valley here, but there's a very nice sandalwood dry down, and you're going to get a little bit of resin, a little bit of musk in that dry down, but it's really dominated by the oak moss. I'd say this is really an oak moss citrus fragrance. You know, those are your two stars, and everything else is sort of just lending equity to those notes. And for a fragrance that's an oak moss fragrance, this is really good. And I'll also say for a scent that features such prominent citrus notes, this is a really good performer. You know, I can get 8 hours of longevity on this one. I would say projects probably for 4, so no issues there. There's some nice development with this one as it starts off with that citrus bang and then gets nice and powdery. As it develops, the oak moss starts to get heavier and heavier. I could definitely think a woman could wear this, but to me, this feels like a scent that would be classically worn by a man. And for me, ideally, I'd rock this in spring and fall to work. I think this is a great professional fragrance. Now, if you're looking for something similar, for whatever reason, can't get your hands on this, just don't want it, love it, and want something that like it, is like it. You know, Blenheim Bouquet, as I said, by Penhaligons kind of reminds me of this. It's definitely that same barbershop-y, clean vibe. Pierre Cardin for Men, a fragrance I'll review in the future. It's like I got it for my bottle for $10. Great fragrance. This is better than that, but if you're looking for a cheaper version, or you see Cardin for Men at TJ Maxx, you know, you can purchase it and sort of understand what this is going to be about. And this has a little bit to me of the, if you ever tried the Pinot Clubman, very, very famous aftershave that's like in every old school barbershop in the United States. This is a better version of that as well, I would say. If someone were trying to talk you into picking this one up, I think they'd say great value for the money, great professional fragrance, and not too many people are probably going to be wearing this one. This is one that really sort of goes under the radar, even in the Penhaligons community, and you're just going to get a great oak moss note. I think on the flip side, if someone's trying to tell you to skip this one, they might say it's a little bit boring. There are lots of fragrances that do what this does. Do you like oak moss? If you don't like oak moss, then you're probably going to want to skip this one. And if you're just trying to get your first Penhaligons barbershop set, certainly you should grab Sartorial before anything else, because to me at least that's the crown jewel of the house. If you've got that already, you can start to look at, you know, a fragrance like this. So rating wise, I'm gonna go 7.5 out of 10 on this one. For what you're gonna pay, this is a damn good value, and because it has that solid oak moss note that doesn't smell super synthetic, it's a unique barbershop fragrance. If you like these types of scents, I honestly don't think you can go wrong with this one for the price you're gonna be able to get it at. It also seems, as I said, not only underrated in the Penhaligons community, but extremely underrated in the YouTube community. So guys, that is my review of Douro by Penhaligons. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you've tried this, hey, drop a comment. Let me know what you think of it. Is this one you're interested in? Again, leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that bullshit. Thank you all so much for watching. Obviously, I'll be back next weekend with more videos, obviously.